Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's Irene. I'm here today, and I'm actually building something that I was kind of thinking about the other day. So I do suffer from migraines, I would say quite a bit. It's not something that, I've ever really gotten checked out. I mean, I've talked to my doctor about it, so, definitely monitoring it and everything. However, I was suffering pretty badly with a migraine the other day, and I was thinking about it and I was like, I wonder, if any of my viewers suffer from migraines, and if you do, I feel for you because it really hits hard when it comes and it sucks. And I'm sorry that you also have to go through it, but unfortunately, we can only do so much. Medicine can only do so much. But um, anyway, so I was suffering with a migraine. And I will say this was more of my mild migraines. So it was a little bit more mild. It was something that was more manageable and I could not treat with Advil. So usually for me, I kind of just suffer through them. I guess I always thought that like it was I wasn't drinking enough water, and then I was like, oh, maybe it's because of hormones, hormones, those lovely things. But anyway, so I was just always thinking that it was kind of on me, not necessarily on something going on in my brain or whatever it might be. I honestly have no idea how migraines work. They kind of terrify me to research, I'm not gonna lie. But I was having a more mild migraine, so when I have a more mild one, it's usually a lot, I should say it is a lot more manageable, not usually. But, like last time I had a really bad one, I was in New York for my boyfriend's birthday. We were visiting his family and we were going out to brunch and everything. And I was like, oh, my head's hurting a little bit. But at first it starts out as like a headache for me. And then I threw up, I think, like 3 or 4 times. And I was talking with my sister, who's a nurse, and she was like, no, I think that's a migraine, not you having like an allergic reaction, because I'm allergic to raw eggs and I ate pasta carbonara and that has raw eggs. And she was like, I think that's you just being allergic to, or not being allergic, that's you having a migraine, because I had thrown up, I would say at least 2 or 3 times that day. And it was pretty bad. I was in a lot of pain. My boyfriend didn't know whether or not to take me to the ER, and I was like, no, let me just sleep it off. And then eventually I went to bed that night, and the next morning I woke up and it was gone. But I never correlated that throwing up with migraines, but apparently that's a thing. Also, I was suffering through a small one the other day, and those again are usually a little bit better because I can usually have an Advil or something, and it'll help at least ease the pain. Sometimes, if it's really bad, Advil, Tylenol, whatever it is, doesn't do anything. And I know there are stronger medications for it, but I don't feel as if I get them frequently enough to deal with it. But this is my long winded way of saying that I really wanted to build kind of a safe room, safe space in the house where I could hang out, if I was able to. I usually just keep going because sometimes if I don't think about it, it's not as bad, even though it is still there. But sometimes I can't, take a day off work. And, I live in the United States. It's not always the easiest thing to get time off work if you're, sick or in pain. But anyway, I definitely wanted to make somewhere where it would be cozy, where I could go, take a nap, where I could go kind of do what I would like to do, whether it be watch TV. You'll see later on in the video, I put in a sauna. Um, I don't, I wonder if I think they're just called steam rooms in The Sims, but I wanted to put somewhere where I could have a bath, have a shower, because it really depends on how bad it is for me to kind of decide what to do. Like the other day when I had one, it was more mild. I took some Advil, drank some water. I also thought it might be dehydration just because it's hot where I live. I live in Chicago and we had like a little bit of a heat wave and I hadn't been drinking enough water, which that's on me. Who else would it be on, truthfully? But I was just like, okay, gotta drink some water. And then I did take a bath, and I know it was hot, but I just needed like the muscles in my like brain to relax. So what better way than to relax your whole body? And honestly, I would kill to have a sauna in my house. I just don't have money like that. But So I just wanted to make somewhere like that. And sometimes I read, sometimes I just like sit there with my eyes closed and like listen to TV or something. It again depends on how bad it is, but it's also just somewhere where I can just be comfortable and not really have to worry about anything. So that's why I also have a bathroom. And thankfully my bedroom in my I live with my parents still, but in my house is right next to the bathroom, so I don't necessarily have to worry about things like that. But if they're bad enough, you could be running to the bathroom, or you could just be needing to, use the bathroom, but it might be a little bit hard if you're just not feeling well. So I really like it because I feel like this is very me. I just feel like I kind of mash things together in hopes that they would, kind of stick. I do have a very, I would say, eclectic type of style just because I'm not always on like a one track mind. And then, sometimes I like to have a lot of candy too. I recently had my hyperfixation on both Snickers and Jolly Ranchers. No idea why. I just have been on a kick for that. But at work, we have a guy who passes out candy at the end of the day. It's usually because I work in PR, so it's usually a social media guy who goes around and hands out candy. And I've just been into the Jolly Ranchers lately. I don't know what's with me, I kind of go through these phases. Like currently my hyperfixation like meal is avocado toast with a fried egg and some shaved, I don't know why I said shaved, grated Parmesan cheese on top. And it's so delicious, and I feel so full one after I eat it, but I also feel like it's just so satiating. No other way to really describe that, but that's kind of how I feel about that. But if you suffer from migraines more chronically than I do, I mean, even if you just suffer from migraines in general, I just feel like mine aren't bad enough for me to be complaining about it. I was just thinking about it and I was like, oh, this I think would be a fun video to make. But, if you suffer from migraines in any way, shape, or form, I'm very sorry. I understand how incredibly frustrating and debilitating it can be. And I understand that chronic illness, is also something that's just very hard and not a lot of people take seriously, and it's just very frustrating considering the fact that it is very real that you are in pain. But yeah, so I'm just gonna let the rest of this speed build play out, and I'll catch you guys later. And there should be another legacy video, or a, what do you call it, a 100 baby challenge. I know I haven't done a legacy video in a while, so I might do that one. I forgot that I really like playing these things and that I need to just sit down and record it and make time. So I am sorry. Again, I do have a full-time job outside of this. Unfortunately, Sims isn't my full-time job yet, but um, I do want to be more consistent on having voiceovers and also uploading, excuse me. So hopefully I can stick to my Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll catch you in the next one.